Now we're going to look at number 23 off of the 4-6 worksheet. This is another problem where we're taking a binomial times a trinomial, similar to when we looked at number 9 a couple videos ago. The difference here is this one is not arranged vertically like number 9 was, but it's arranged kind of horizontally. Now you got a couple options. You could arrange this vertically if you wanted to. Just rewrite the problem putting this trinomial on top, and then right underneath it writing the binomial t minus 3, and then multiplying each term on the bottom times each term on the top, like we did for number 9. But you don't have to rewrite it if you don't want to, as long as you can trust yourself to remember to multiply this t times all three of these, and then to multiply this negative 3 times all three of those, which is the way I'm going to do it here in this video. So the first thing, I'm going to change these two minuses to add the opposites so I don't forget that those are negative terms. Now I'm going to take the t times each one of those. So the first thing I'm going to do is t times 3t squared. T times 3t squared gives me 3t to the third. Now I take the t times the positive 3t, so that gives me 3t squared. Now I'm going to take the t times the negative 4, so that gives me negative 4t. Now I'm going to come back over and I'm going to look at the negative 3. I'm going to multiply the negative 3 times all three of the terms in the trinomial. I'm going to do it just like I did number 9, where I'm going to put my answer in the appropriate place underneath these terms. If they're like terms, I'm going to stack them on top of one another. So like when I take the first one, negative 3 and 3t squared, and when I multiply those, I get negative 9t squared. So I'm going to write that underneath the other t squared term. Now I got negative 3 times 3t. That's negative 12t. So you can see I wrote that underneath the negative 4t so that I have my like terms aligned again. Now I'm going to take negative 3 times negative 4, and since that's two negatives being multiplied, it gives me a positive answer of positive 12. Okay, now I need to combine my like terms that I came up with. Of course, there were no other t to the third term, so I just rewrite my 3t to the third. I can combine these two terms, that's positive 3t squared and negative 9t squared. That gives me negative 6t squared. I can combine these two terms, negative 4t and a negative 12t gives me a negative 16t plus the 12. So there you have it. Same kind of problem as number 9. I did it a little differently. There's no one right or wrong way to do these. But what you do have to remember is to combine your like terms. When you multiply, when you're multiplying these terms, you're going to end up with some that are like terms. In this case, I had a couple t squared terms and a couple t terms. I like to write it like this, putting the like terms in columns, but you don't have to. You could write this out as one big long thing, but then you'd have to remember to combine the like terms. Doing it this way kind of provides a little bit of a handy reminder of the fact that you need to combine the like terms at the end.